at CES 2020 talking to Amy James. You're part of the Open Index protocol, right?
I am. I'm the co-inventor.
Tell us how things have been going over there.
Fantastic. 2019 was a huge year for us. We did a second application with Caltech. The partnership that we did with the state of Wyoming's Teton County and Overstock's Medici Land Governance to build a pilot for property records on blockchain went live. And most excitingly, we just launched today the What Kind of Internet Do You Want series, which is a new YouTube show that we're making that's really digging into all of the conversations about Web3 and what we're all building, this decentralized future that we're building.
So you have an arts background, so you're looking at this from I guess that lens. What does that mean when you look at this kind of technology, which is traditionally run by technologists, I guess, or engineers, etc., and you're coming at this from a different point of view, right?
Yeah, I mean, so my background is in storytelling. I was a writer and director. And so I'm really familiar with the friction that content creators are experiencing right now. It's really hard to make a living. It's really hard to keep track of your stuff on all of the different platforms. And we started this 6 years ago, and that was evident to me at that time because I'd started, with MySpace back in the day and lost content there when they dumped their servers, and just all of those kind of things. I'd kind of seen the cycles before, and so I felt really unstable about building a business that way. It's kind of like if you are an Instagram celebrity or make a show on YouTube, you kind of work in a company town. Yep. And if they do something to you, they endanger your entire livelihood. And so what we're talking about is how this decentralized future is going to make it so that we own our data again, so that we own our content that we're putting into the world, and that's just really clear and transparent.
Okay, so the goal would be to avoid a situation where YouTube could basically just deplatform you. You're in a situation where you...
Exactly. I think your new content chief, Michael Casey, on his Twitter profile, it says, it's time to deplatform the platforms. Yep. The platforms are inappropriately controlling user behavior and user conversations, and what Open Index Protocol and other open source protocols that are kind of different pieces of that puzzle, Sir Tim Berners-Lee's Solid, Lightning Network, all of these different pieces of the puzzle become this space where we can, freely share and yet have control over that as well.
I mean, one of the frustrating things as a journalist, I see this almost every day, like people just depend on the largesse of Google to become a business, and then when that goes away, your whole business falls. And but the other issue that I have is that when I see what these technologists are building, like a Steemit kind of situation,
sure,
they just don't understand journalism. They don't understand what humans will do to get content. They expect free content all day long, and there's no way to change that. But then you have an engineer who thinks they can change it with brute force. And how do you kind of finesse that process to make humans more amenable to this?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I think that's really the question of the day, frankly, where we are in the current crypto landscape, because there's this kind of missing piece of the conversation that nobody's talking about yet, which is that issue, right? How do we bridge this decentralized future that we all dream of with the world of platforms that are so convenient and so easy to use and have so many tools and features? How could this ever compete? All of us just trying to make cool new stuff. And I think that the answer is in those layer 2 protocols like Open Index Protocol, like Lightning Network, that by the very nature of how they work, they direct some value to the application layer for various apps to compete over. So it's creating competition at the application layer, and it's that competition among the users that will then give a journalist exactly what they're looking for in terms of a kind of application that is niche to your needs, and could give a video maker something that is niche to my needs, right? Or whatever that might be, or a musician, or a scientist who's releasing data. Like, all of those different apps need to be really, really different. But the data itself, it can all live right alongside one another in the blockchain. And by having all of the data in the index together, it's much, much more powerful in terms of how well it can ultimately serve those end users. So the thing that issues like you're talking about with Steam, where it's just kind of like just the beginning stages that you're seeing, you just haven't seen more applications come in and be built with these new protocols so that we get that competition that leads to better products.
So every product at CES has to have a launch date. When do you expect all this stuff to take hold?
So OpenIndex Protocol is live right now. You can read more at openindexprotocol.com, or if you want to read more about the technical specification itself, you can go to oip.wiki. And you can also you can find links there to all of the live partner applications that you can interact with.
When do we kill YouTube? Which year?
When do we kill YouTube? I don't know. Didn't that happen a few years ago? I mean, the hashtag YouTube party is over has been trending, has trended a bunch of times. It's been great, yeah. Who knows?
Not dead yet.
We'll see. Not dead yet, that's true.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.